from the Illegal Shift Studio, it is another episode, a special. I'm going to call this a special episode of the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. Hi, everyone.
Oh, it's going to be special, right?
I'm Dan Carroll. I don't have a coldie holder tonight.
Shocked face. Weird.
I know. I ran in here the last minute. I was at the swim club having a good time. I got so much stuff I want to talk about tonight.
Are you going to be able to get it out of your face is what I'm wondering.
Get what out of my face?
Because you are talking like you have a mouthful of fucking marbles. I don't know how long you were at the swim club. I'm just jealous. I'm
just saying.
I'm not mad, but I can tell.
I've got a lot of stuff on my mind right now.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
One is it's Father's Day weekend. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers and people who have fathers out there. My dad's been gone for about... God, man.
Civil War?
No, not Civil War.
Okay.
My dad's been gone for about
I was just taking a stab
12, 13 years now. Jason, I know your father's been gone for a lot longer than that.
1992.
1992. My mother passed away when I was 10.
Yeah.
So it's you're looking at two guys here who lost.
We do share that bond.
Who lost a parent at a young age. But happy Father's Day to all the fathers and all the people who have fathers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love this weekend typically because, the pool's been open a couple weeks and it's the first men's night of the pool. So we're going to be playing some poker a little bit later.
Yeah, this is a big night tonight. First men's night of the year. Our buddy Jim Calder is in Florida, so he will not be there tonight.
It can't be the summer of Jim. He wasn't there.
It cannot be the summer of Jim. It's a little upsetting for me because I enjoyed knocking him out of the competition when we're playing poker. So we'll do that tonight, and then we might be at Wilson's later tonight playing, doing some putting on his putting green.
Oh, I better put my putter in my truck.
Yeah,
just in case.
So it's gonna be a huge night, and then and I just saw this. I played golf earlier today.
And, here, hold on. While we're on Father's Day, so that way we're not. I mean, we're going to jump topics anyway. But I do want to show what Zoe got me for Father's Day.
Oh, let's see.
And you
told me about it.
It was in a card. Very very well written card. We were at dinner. I actually teared up because I wasn't expecting a Father's Day gift from her.
Do you have a picture?
I do.
There we go.
She got me a $2 Trump bill, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
That is so cool.
Did it on her own.
Where is it? I want to see it. Do you have it? You got it with you?
Oh, I think it fell.
Did it fall down?
I had it sitting on
on air light.
I will mount it somewhere. I just don't know exactly where it can be seen, where it's visible. But yeah, 12 years old.
I'll tell you that
she opted to do that.
That is one thoughtful young lady right there. I mean, it really is.
Salamander says, as much as I love Dan, the lack of sleeves makes me feel a little weird. It's so un-Dan.
Lack of sleeves?
Sleeves.
Oh, sleeves. Yeah, I'm around. It's gay. Sun's out, guns out today, baby.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking
You're
about.
fucking sunburnt.
I know. I got some sun today.
I can see it. All right, so go ahead with your where you were going.
No, I played golf today and got up early. Went to the golf course. My team today was Pete Simpson and Dave Sharp, and we shot as a team. We shot +2 on the front, +2 on the back. We tied the front, won the back, won the total, and I won. I walked out with more money than I walked in with, so I'm staked for tonight to play poker. I mean, I'm on a winning streak. I was playing cards. We played euchre at the pool. We won at euchre. Jim Calder is out of town at some gay beach. Just ask his friends. He'll tell you all about it. Which, nothing wrong with that. If you want to go to a gay homosexual beach, that's fine with me. Whatever rocks your boat. So Craig Leonard was my partner in cornhole, and we won at cornhole. And then we won at euchre. Well, and now I am ready to win at cards tonight.
It all comes crashing down.
But then I just saw this article.
You never even said anything about my fucking shirt, by the way.
It says Trump snowflake removal service.
You didn't even say anything, you fucking inconsiderate bastard.
The writing is very small.
Is it? Is it, Dan?
Oh, Oh, it's a lot bigger on the back.
Yeah, you don't even need your glasses for the back. Anyway,
I love, and we got a couple of great Trump videos coming up. Well, one is actually a Biden video at the end of the show. So I'm gonna little tease here. Stick around for the end of the show because there's a video coming up that is going to make you laugh your ass off. But I just saw this article about the U.S. Of course, the U.S. Open is going on right now.
Pinehurst number 2.
Did you watch any? I didn't.
Didn't see any today.
I watched maybe about 10 or 15 minutes worth today, and I was doing other stuff.
I got mandated at work today. So
but here's the thing.
I was chilling.
And I think this is a question a lot of people have is that the players who miss the cut at the U.S. Open, do they get paid?
I don't think they do.
Golfers get paid. It turns out
they do.
Golfers do get paid for missing the cut at the U.S. Open. Generally, players who fail to make the cut aren't rewarded with money. However, each golfer who participates in the U.S. Open is assured of $10,000, including players who miss the cut.
Wow. All right.
Players who make the weekend obviously get paid more, but if you miss the cut, you get paid $10,000. 156 players participated in the U.S. Open in 2024. The prize purse of the tournament has increased by $1.5 million. So the purse this year is $21.5 million. The prize money for the winner has increased from $4 million to $4.3. So you win the U.S. Open and you're a pro, you get $4.3 million. Top 60 players and ties make the cut. This year, 74 players out of 156 made the cut.
What was the cut?
The cut was 5 over.
5 over, yeah.
At the Masters, the top 50 players and ties make the cut. The field is comparatively lesser than the other majors. But at the U.S. Open, you don't make the cut, you get $10,000. So I could have played the U.S. Open this weekend, missed the cut, and made 10 grand.
Yeah, you could have.
I'd be
perfect. I think you should try for the next one.
How would you feel about that?
Oh, easy day at the office. I love going out and sucking on a golf course every day. I love it.
I played 2 rounds of golf in the U.S. Open. I missed the cut, and I got a check for $10,000.
See, the difference between you and I is I don't beat myself up when I suck ass.
I'm just saying.
You beat the shit out of yourself mentally because you played bad. So, I could go out there and suck and make 10 grand easy and not have a problem. One of the videos that I tried to send you that you couldn't watch.
I know. I got to know. I don't have TikTok. Because you're on TikTok. I am not.
Right, and that's fine. I'm going to explain it to you right now. But it ties in with this, and it was following this video. Minute and a half, whatever it was. Scotty Scheffler and his caddy, and how much Scotty Scheffler made each tournament.
Yeah,
and then how much his caddy made, and I don't remember the exact numbers now. But his caddy just carrying a fucking bag. I mean, I say that, and I know there's a lot more into it.
Yes, there is.
I'm aware of that. But he made just this season, just in the 24 season, has already made over like $5 million.
Yeah.
Just on his percentages at anywhere from 5% to 10% of winnings.
Scotty Scheffler's caddy has earned more this year than you and I will earn in our lifetime.
Oh,
yeah. That nice? That's nice.
Well, that's a very easy statement to make too, because I'm a dumb fucking fireman and I'm not making a whole lot of money in my lifetime. But yeah, I thought it was neat though, and I thought you'd find it interesting. I do. I find it terribly interesting. I can still show it to you because I have it in the text message. You just couldn't open it, but yeah, it tied in with that, and it's amazing how much money is in the PGA, and especially with Scheffler this year. I mean, he's just killing it.
But the thing is, it took
it
took Live Golf to really take the reins off of what the PGA had, the PGA Tour.
Well, PGA was being fucking selfish. They were holding all that fucking money back. That money was there.
There was a lot of fucking money out there.
And they weren't giving it up. And then they realized that it could go by the wayside. Let's get to the topics that we actually have.
Okay. All right.
Where we want to start? Here, we'll just start.
You start. You're driving the bus today.
Oh, yeah. No shit. At least for now. We'll start with one of Kiefer's favorite topics. that I stumbled across. I can't remember if we covered this actual story, but we always hit the teachers that are fucking bang-a-langing with their fucking students. So, so 2 twisted female teachers in Wisconsin forced out of sexting student trying to set up foursome. So I'm going to read just briefly. 2 high school business teachers in Wisconsin were forced to resign after district officials found out they'd been trying to seduce one of their students by offering him a foursome.
Where were those teachers when I was in high school?
With one of the pervy pair even sending scantily clad photos to a Snapchat account.
Oh my God.
Alexia Salderis, a first-year teacher, and Jennifer Larson, an 11-year veteran, left their jobs in April after an investigation. So their identities were just released. And I think we covered this, but I cannot remember. But
no, I don't think we covered it. This was 2 teachers.
I can't remember. But anyway, so
we've talked a lot about teachers, but usually it's an individual teacher. Now we have teachers teaming up.
Oh yeah,
to seduce.
Oh boy,
underage.
Oh
students.
boy, could have tag teamed both of them or invited a friend. Is the way the story reads. But there's one of them.
I mean, how crazy is that?
So that's the first year.
I mean, would you tag if you're in high school? Are you tagging that if you get the opportunity?
Yeah, I keep a secret too.
100%.
Oh yeah, we got a drink. I guess everybody drink.
No, I don't care. I'm saying it.
No, and I keep a fucking secret. And that's the whole theme with this whole fucking.
I'm keeping the secret until things start.
This one so much, nah, probably not. I would leave that one for you, Dan. That could be all you.
I mean, look, just to get my freak on. And she wants to be there with a buddy of mine. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So what the fuck? I would have done it.
Both allegedly admitted to inappropriately Snapchatting the unidentified male student whose age has not been released. With another article I read, he was 17. With Salderis acknowledging she had sent the risque pictures and Larson admitting she sent messages about cuddling, flirting, and implication of alcohol. Now they were on a trip, and apparently one of them let the kid drive the school van.
Mm-hmm.
At this, whatever. I'm like, he's 17. Okay. I mean, granted, should he be driving school property? Probably not.
Probably not.
But I'm assuming, a licensed driver. Let's see. Worse, they asked if another student might join. Let's see. During the same encounter, Salderis apparently gave the keys to a district van to the student and let him take it for a lap around the parking lot. So yeah, so we got another batch of shit bags, and I love it. Whenever I find these, I giggle to myself, and I'm like, "Ooh, yeah, I got to email that myself so that way I can put it on the podcast."
But you still, it comes back to where were those teachers when I was, that age when I was in high school?
Yeah, mine were all old and fucking.
I mean, can you look in high school?
Oopsie.
I can't wait to hear this video.
I know,
but
hopefully I didn't fuck that
I'm
up.
just saying. When I was in high school, we had 8, and maybe I'm not in the know of all of this, but we had one teacher. She was an English teacher. She drove a Porsche. I don't know what her husband did. I mean, she was a teacher at a Catholic high school. She didn't make enough money to be driving a Porsche, but she drove a Porsche.
Fact.
I have no idea what her husband was doing or what he was into, but the guys on the football team all knew that she was having parties at her house. She was serving drinks, and late night, the shit was getting crazy. And I mean, they were banging her. And I guess her husband was like all for it. He was like, yeah, rock on, dudes. Yeah.
Sitting in a chair in a smoking jacket with a pipe in the corner just watching.
Apparently her standard was, her rule of thumb was
she had
that
a standard, did she?
She only did it with the seniors, figuring that if you're a senior, you're going to come to my house, you're going to party, you're going to be cool, you're not going to let the secret out.
Jill just said she founded OnlyFans.
She might have. I mean, and she was good looking too. But anyway, I mean, I heard rumors of this my sophomore year, my junior year. Some of the guys I knew that were a year ahead of me had confirmed that they had been there at some of these events, that this had actually taken place. And I was like, man, I can't wait for my senior year. And of course, that's when she got busted and it was all over. and she was dismissed from the.
No
From the school.
nookie for Dan.
Well, just I mean, you're as a young man, there's certain things you look forward to. Right? Like your first time going to a strip club. Like, oh man, I can't wait. And, usually that's a huge letdown.
Yeah, and then you get there, you're like, "Fuck, why'd I do that? Fucking waste of money."
The regret hangs over your head for days. But I'm just saying. But these teachers, who they were talking about, hey kids, let's do a tag team event this weekend. Who's signing up for that?
We're going to call it a team building exercise.
I mean, my God. Father, we had a priest, and I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah, God, I don't need any help.
But he got
I don't need any help going to hell, Dan. Don't implicate
But
me.
the priest was always turning us on to weed. And we'd say, Father blank. And they would say, do you have some doobies you can sell us? He said, No, I'm not going to sell them, but I will share with you. We'd be token up with.
It's because he wanted to be like the professor in Animal House.
Well, I mean,
he wanted to be Donald Sutherland in Animal House.
He was a priest, for God's sake.
Yeah.
He eventually got busted.
He wanted to get you high and do some bad things to you.
No, it wasn't like that.
Okay, all right. That as far as you remember.
Well,
he's like, hey, does this rag smell like chloroform? It's a new brand. Oh, here.
I can vouch that did not happen.
Let's play a current event that happened. It's been since Monday since we podcasted. So we were just talking before we started. There's
been so much shit that has happened.
How much
this week.
goes
It's
on.
Unbelievable.
So I didn't pull the actual article up, but we can give you the summation of it. But the video sums it up too. But Cincinnati Reds versus Cleveland Guardians, we had some numbnut jump onto the field, ran all the way from the left field somewhere to center field, had enough time to sit there and talk to the center fielder for 3-5 seconds, turns around, and the Reds bullpen in Great American Ballpark is in center field. Police officer comes running after him. The dude takes off running.
So can I just say this about that?
I'm sure you're going to.
Before you play the video. To my way of thinking.
Nope, tap paid. That never gets paid. That
when numbnuts and morons like this run onto the field and disrupt the ball game, what it's a football game, basketball game, baseball, it doesn't matter what the game. I am really kind of in the camp that we should not show these guys on TV. We shouldn't give them any press.
I typically don't.
We shouldn't.
I typically don't, but this
guy has kind of been made, for at least a couple of days this week.
God damn, do you just fucking throw up on the mic?
I burped.
Jesus.
I've been drinking beer all day today.
I know. Everybody knows. Everybody can tell.
But the way this guy was, and I don't know if celebrated is the right word, but he was, you turn on Channel 5, Channel 9, Channel 19, Channel 12.
Yeah, he's been all over the place.
You see the guy's face. You see him doing the backflip. You look on the websites. Oh, look at this guy. And it made national news. Okay, the guy did what he did.
I still think it's hilarious.
But are we feeding into that whole thing of people running? I am one who frowns on people who disrupt a sporting event to aggrandize themselves, and that is what this guy did.
I think it's fucking hilarious on a couple accounts. I normally would be like, yeah, what the fuck? Now you're making the game go longer and whatever. And usually it's some idiot that just gets fucking tackled right away, and it was a waste. And before I go into this one, I don't know if you remember the dude and we talked about it on Illegal Shift, the dude in the Super Bowl that bet on himself. And had a bunch of people fucking feeding into, to get the fucking, get the ratios different.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen multiple interviews with him, and I think we're going to cover that as a story on Illegal Shift. But he talked and he was like, yeah, okay, so I get a felony trespass from SoFi Stadium. He was like, I hate the fucking Rams. I'm never going to go see a game there again. I'm in a line of work where I don't need to fucking worry about my record. and he put 20 grand on himself, and I don't remember exactly what he won, but it was a shit ton of money. He goes, I spent the night in jail, paid a fine, like a $3,000 fine.
And then he went out and collected his money.
And he collected his money.
Oh, my God.
Genius. Fucking genius. But it would you'd have to have a substantial amount of money to do that to make that worth it to me, personally. But I'm going to play this video. I think it's funny as hell. But the way this guy, this is a parody, but the video of old boy, who old boy's connected with the judicial system here.
Yeah.
So nothing's going to happen to him. And he was actually kind of a pompous ass in his arraignment the next day, where he showed up in the same.
He's related to one of the most.
I know, we're not going to say it. We're not going to say, we don't need to. It's just he's connected. That's all you need to say.
All right. You don't want me to say it?
I don't think we need to.
All right.
He's connected. Nothing's going to happen.
Okay. He's connected.
All right, if you don't know who this is in this mugshot, this right here is a Cincinnati legend, the babyface back flipper, William Hendon. If you didn't see what he did, check this video out right now. All right, here's our guy running through the outfield in Great American Ballpark in beautiful downtown Cincinnati. The cop catches up to him. He catches a standing backflip to the grill. They don't call him Billy Backflip for nothing. Hits him with the tase shot, lays him out like your sister on prom night. Shout out to Mount Notre Dame and our boys catching Z's. When I say this video is electrifying from start to finish, I mean that quite literally. Let's break down what this cop is thinking in this moment. First of all, he's thinking, I just got a backflip to the grill by a 19-year-old kid in front of my peers and thousands of fans. Tough look for the boy. Second thing he's thinking, this is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life, up close and personal. This dude should join the force. Third thing he's thinking is,
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
I do like how you can tell that he immediately regrets tasing this kid, because he definitely respects what he just saw he laid out on the field. You know what I mean? Like, in a different life, these two are actually very close friends. They're probably drinking buddies at RP McMurphy's. They're bringing up their senior year baseball stats a lot to women that don't care. They're betting on UFC fights. These guys are cut from the same cloth. But this guy wasn't going to go home and have his wife call him an idiot for the third time this week. He had to tase the kid. But this is the money shot right here. This is the photo that he's going to have to look at his 10-year high school reunion, at every job interview he has, at every first date he ever has. He will have to look at this photo and defend himself. And then when they call you out and ask you what you were thinking, just look them in the eye and let them know, hey, I did that all without my shoes on, motherfucker. Go Red Legs.
That's it. Who's that guy doing that take there?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Some dude from Cincinnati on TikTok. But
it's a pretty good take.
When we play those types of videos, we're muted, obviously. But I said that's probably the best taser shot that I've seen, where both wires are fucking in line. Like, I mean, and even though they were probably spread out just with the picture, the perspective, but one wasn't flying past and only one hitting her. I mean, the guy connected perfectly. But and there's a whole lot of people on Facebook that are applauding the cop. So it is going the other direction as well, to your rant before. But
yeah, I mean, this guy's out there, he's running around, but he got so much press. He got so much, and I'm going to say he got so much love from the radio people in this town. And I think even from the local news in this town, because I was watching the game live, and Bally Sports Ohio that broadcasts the Reds game, when someone runs on the field like this, they don't show it.
Right.
But, of course, you've got thousands of cell phones in there. And the video we saw, and I've seen it from, I don't know, 100 different angles of people with their cell phone video of this dude running around and doing the backflip and all that stuff. But he is connected politically. And now he's sort of getting a Texas El Paso for doing what he did, and I don't think that's right. I mean, this kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know who the commentator was, but someone said, "What if the guy would have had a gun? Yeah, what if?" And those and look, and God bless those cops who went out there and did what they had to do and shut this guy down and took him down. So I think, and some people were actually asking, should this guy have been tased? And I'm thinking, hell yeah, don't tase me, bro. Yeah, tase that motherfucker. Tase him, tase his ass.
You're more of a Twitter guy than I am, but did you see Johnny Bench's Twitter?
Yeah,
where he said, "Great catch, Cincinnati's finest." Because
Johnny Bench jersey.
Yeah, if you're not from Cincinnati, Johnny Bench, one of the greatest catchers ever, like statistically factual, not just because we're homers, but he was wearing a Bench jersey. So Johnny Bench, did a with his handwriting.
I think Johnny Bench supports the police.
Greatest catch ever, Cincinnati's finest, with that money shot picture, which I thought was fantastic as well. I mean, I don't give a fuck one way or the other. I mean, I don't think the cop was wrong, but yet, our buddy Rich was saying he's being investigated for tasing him, which I think is horseshit. That kid got everything he deserved. He got as the judge said in his arraignment, you got your 15 minutes of fame. So deal with the consequences.
Yeah,
if
he
there
got,
are any,
he,
which there won't
he
be.
got his 15 minutes, no doubt about it.
Which there probably won't be any consequences, but
which I don't think he should have got. It would.
Even if it wasn't televised, it was going to be all over.
I know.
It was on the internet.
It would have served us well if we never knew what this guy's name was, who he's related to.
Guess what? Social media never going to fucking happen.
I know. I'm just saying.
If you want to go back to the 1970s, yes, that could possibly happen.
In some ways, I think it was better in the 1970s when things were done the way they were.
I can hit you in the head with a ball bat and take you right back if you want.
Well, no, that's not going to happen.
I'm offering.
There's no ball bat in this room.
You don't know what's under.
Do you even have a ball bat in this house?
You don't even know what. Bitch, please. Fuck off. All right, what do you got? All right, so
what do I got?
Well, you sent me like 18 fucking things. Do you
I
want to talk about any of yours?
No,
I can keep going if you want.
I sent you a ton of stuff. How about our vice president, Kamala Harris?
Well, you didn't send me anything with Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I did.
No, you
okay. Well, hold on. Wait. All right.
I promise you, didn't.
All right. How about these guys? How about these couple of douchebags?
Oh, okay, I got that one. I just got to figure out what that one is. Okay. Yeah, I do have that one.
All right.
I love how you think you send me things.
I know. This is a still picture that I sent you, but this is in Connecticut, and you've got the thing is when this happens, it is typically Democrats who get busted for this kind of stuff. And you see the headline right there: prosecutors, 4 Connecticut Democrats campaign officials charged with ballot fraud. And I'm on the
that female in the top. I've seen they were doing a news story on her. Mm-hmm. I saw the other day, but I'm trying to see.
I mean, there's been so much information that has come out lately, and I don't even know that this is related to the 2020 election. But my point on this is
that lady in the top corner was it was a mayoral race, mm-hmm. However you say it. It was a mayoral race who that person didn't get elected that the first time around. It's not the first time that she's been picked up for this shit. The next time that mayor ended up getting in. I do know that much about that person. I don't know the other.
But the thing is, when these people get busted, it is invariably, and I'm not going to say all the time, but the majority of the time, it is Democrats who get busted for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so if you I'm doing my radio show tomorrow night on WLW, and I've got a guest on who has written a couple of books about the 2020 election. He's been called to testify in various trials. He's worked with the Trump campaign. His name is Joe Freed. He writes really great articles on a website called American Thinker. And I'm going to have him on my show tomorrow night, and we're going to spend a lot of time digging into a lot of the stuff that he has found about the election. And if you look at the 2020 election and the kind of stuff, the information that has been coming to light, and really just in the last 2 or 3 or 4 months, I think it shows without a doubt. And you and I, Jason, we saw the movie 2,000 Mules, put out by Dinesh D'Souza. That movie has been scrubbed from the internet now.
Shocker,
by the way.
Shocker.
So when you talk about all this fraud that happened in the 2020 election, and we're supposed to go into, I mean, here we are. What is this? June. We're in June of 2024. The election is in November, so that's June. Let's see, we got July, August, September, October. Less than 6 months.
Yep.
Less than 6 months away from the election, and a lot of these issues have still not been dealt with in a meaningful way.
Fuck no. And they won't be, and they're going to continue. Yeah. They're going to continue to try to do the same shit
I mean, there are some states that have tried to correct these issues about ballot drop boxes, about mail-in ballots, absentee ballots, registering people who are illegal aliens, all the rest of it. So these things have gone on and on and on, but a lot of these issues are still, in some of the cases, a lot of this has been ruled on by judges. And in Pennsylvania, for instance, because I talk with a guy who's heavily involved with the election in Pennsylvania, and they have gone back and forth, back and forth. They get sued every time, and they have won multiple times in court. But in Pennsylvania, the issue is that these liberal judges say that ballots that come in after Election Day, and let's say that, you're supposed to have a signature on it. You're supposed to have an address. You're supposed to fill out the form the correct fucking way. And these
I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to do something.
I know. And these liberal judges say that, even if they come in after Election Day, and it doesn't matter if they're filled out right, you still have to count it. And they have gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Look, I do not want to. Everyone should vote. This doesn't have anything to do with trying to suppress the vote of people. Just like all this nonsense about, black people can't get an ID. Black people can't get a driver's license. Black people can't do this. They can't go to the polls on certain days. I mean, it is so much bullshit. And for too long now, that kind of notion has ruled the day. And we have all these, that's why we have early voting. And voting starts a month or a month and a half before actual Election Day. And if you vote, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. If you vote before Election Day, which is for the presidential election, it's oh my God! It's like the second Tuesday before a Monday. I mean, that's
it's all fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it's the second Tuesday after a month, the first Monday or something like that. So that's why the date jumps around a little bit there in November. But if you vote before Election Day, because look how much information comes out between the time early voting starts, which is in some cases 6 weeks or 7 weeks or 10 weeks ahead of time. But you're a fool if you vote before that, because in that span of time, let's say you go cast your vote. I'm going to go vote for Joe Biden. He's great. And then you cast your vote. I voted for Joe Biden the first day I was able to. And then a week or 2 or 10 days later, the Hunter Biden laptop comes out that shows that Joe Biden is a fucking fraud and he's been chiseling money and all this stuff. Well, you're like, damn, I already voted for Joe Biden. So that's why you need to wait till Election Day, the day, to vote, because that's when you have the most amount of information.
I'm okay. I'm okay with early voting, going down to the Board of Elections, going down, but somewhat in agreement with you, pretty close. So like if I'm looking at my schedule and I can't get to my polling place, on Election Day, because I'll be at the firehouse, I'm okay with that. Like, within a 2-week span. And granted, a lot of things can come out in 2 weeks, and I get it, and I understand that. But the Drinking Bros were talking about this, because like Virginia, you can start early voting in September, I think, and then I guess
September
in Virginia.
That's like 2 months ahead of time,
according to them, and I haven't fact checked it. So just
I know, but I'm not.
It's way too fucking early.
Well, fuck yeah, it is.
Way too early.
It's stupid.
I don't like the mail-in ballots at all. At all. I don't think you should be able to mail in a fucking ballot. But but then you run into the senior citizens that can't get out, that are still cognitive and able to make a smart vote. I don't know. I mean, it's a fucking mess.
Right. But what happens there is that you get Democrat Party operatives coming into
To nursing homes.
a nursing home. And
It
saying,
happened.
"Oh,
It
you
happened
wanna-"
where I
Yeah.
fucking work.
Yeah.
It happened. I watched it. I see
It happens all the time.
But yeah.
And in Wisconsin,
so you're fucked there.
there was a
there,
sheriff in Wisconsin who looked at this and looked at nursing homes in his county and said, well, this is fucked up. And tried to get some legal proceedings going on this. And they told
Oh, see, Will Cray's going to make me go into
and
a
then
fucking
these judges told the sheriff that he didn't have standing to do it.
Will Cray said, here in Minnesota, I don't even need to use my ID to vote. Shocker. Not you're an upstanding gentleman, Will Cray. I know
I'm
that.
saying, how can that
But
be?
fucking Minnesota, it's fucking ridiculous.
How can anyone
and the
think,
fact that the states are all different. You have different rules for every state.
but how can anyone think that
For a national election.
not having to show ID or not having to be a citizen of the United States is a good idea when it comes to voting? You make a mockery of what the voting system is supposed to be all about.
I would love to see the numbers from the last election and then after this election, just to see the number of voters. But the total overall, not for who, who's for who, just the total. And just to see how many more votes are in there because of all of our uninvited guests.
Well,
I didn't invite them to the party.
No. And there has been so much information that has come out on this in the last several months that has, to my way of thinking, and look, I've always believed that the 2020 election was stolen from Trump. And I think the evidence that is out there now, I think the evidence that was out there then supported it then. And the evidence that is out there now supports it now.
We're going to jump all around just to keep this light and lively a little bit.
All right. What do you got?
We're going to go back.
What do you got?
Do you like amusement parks, Dan?
It's been a little while.
And when was the last time you've been to an amusement park?
The last time I was at an amusement park, probably Kings Island, just north of where we're sitting right now. About 35, 40 minutes on the highway. Kings Island, great amusement park, great roller coasters. Probably one of the best parks in America for roller coasters. I think Cedar Point probably has them.
Okay.
But
answer the question.
It has probably been, 10, 12 years since I've been to Kings Island.
Okay. That would be my guess for you.
All right.
For me, Kings Island, it's probably been 7 or 8.
Okay.
And then, went with Jill and her family.
I know, but
to
you
Disney.
were at Disney.
Went to Disney
less than 2 years ago.
But I mean, I love amusement parks, but you always see. All right, well, here I'm going to backtrack a little bit. The carnivals and the festivals that happen around here.
Love it.
Do you get on the rides there?
I have been a little while since I've done that, but I mean they're a little iffy.
So you get on the you get on like the physical carny rides.
I do get on the carny rides.
Okay,
yes.
so I do not. If it comes in on a trailer, this fat ass is not getting on it, because I guarantee you there's a bag of bolts sitting by Cletus, who's fucking probably 4 fucking OEs in.
I know
I won't do it, but
you've got a little more behind the scenes info than most of us have.
I saw that. Oh shit! Of course, it changes up. But can you imagine being stuck on this ride upside down?
Look at that.
This ride typically spins in a circle where the people are.
Yeah.
And then also goes like a fucking
pendulum. It swings back and forth.
Goes like a pendulum. Right?
I've been there. There's a ride very similar to that at Kings Island. I don't know if it's the exact same ride.
It's close. Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah, it spins around and you swing back and forth. I don't know it in the picture there. It looks like it's totally vertical.
Yeah. This one goes upside down all the way around.
Yeah. I don't think the ride at Kings Island did that, but it was a fun ride. I mean, it was, but no, I mean that being stuck upside down, I'd be upset about.
So this article around 3:25 p.m. Portland Fire and Rescue is Oregon, obviously. So the ride had been manually lowered, and all the riders were evacuated. And I jumped. Sorry. let's see, what time does it say when it 2:55 they started to be suspended. So 2:55 to 3:25. So a half an hour of being upside down. All the blood rushing to your fucking head.
But see, it seems to me that
I don't understand why it takes a half an hour to manually lower that motherfucker. At least get it sideways.
I don't either. But
somebody's going to get fucked because it's a circle.
It seems to me that if whatever mechanical thing is going on there that caused that to stop in that position, that there ought to be
redundancies.
The redundancies and a fail safe that actually, if something breaks down, then the machine is going to default to this position,
slowly lower. Yes,
where it brings those people down to a position where they can at least exit the run.
Most of these things run on hydraulics, so if you slowly let the hydraulic fluid out, I mean, have a fail safe, not just Cletus fucking just.
But that's just I don't understand. Valve. It seems to me like a ride like this would have that built in, and I don't know why it doesn't have that.
I had a better
engineering. I'm saying the engineering is there to make that a possibility with this ride, and I don't know why it's in there. And so there's going to be a huge lawsuit. Look at how many people are on that ride.
Fuck.
60, 50, 40 people. I don't know how many people.
I had a video that like being narrated. Somebody took it and was talking about it, and then took like multiple others.
Were the lawyers already there by the time they got off the ride? Call me. I'm your lawyer.
There was a line of fire trucks and ambulances. I know that. But me on the paramedic side, and I'm not going to beat that one up, but the paramedic side, I'm like, oh fuck, those hospitals in Portland.
Yeah.
They obviously put out what we would do here.
I'm saying if you get called to that, what's the first thing you do?
We would activate the hospital net to let every hospital in the area know you're going to get an influx of fucking people. But fire department wise, like I'm going to the ride operator and going, okay,
you're the commander on the scene.
What are our options? How does your machine work? You know it better than I do. What are the options here? And when Cletus says, well, fuck, I don't know. I just got trained on it yesterday or whatever. And I don't know what park this was at. And this could be like a Kings Island. I have no idea. I mean, that shit happens at our park too. But you have people that are there that are versed in how all these machines work. But
as they should be.
So like, and I don't want to go too far off, but there's nothing that we could do for that until they can get it lowered. There's not a ladder tall enough, no aerial device tall enough to get up and start picking people.
Yeah, you're not releasing people one by one.
Some of our roller coasters, our USAR team goes and trains at Kings Island, and they do high angle rescue and they mimic pickoffs, off of rides because we've got drop zone. It's a circle like that, but it just goes straight up and drops.
Right.
So they practice on that, but for that one, those poor motherfuckers, I can't imagine the headache that every one of them had. And then I would be curious, and I'm going to try to follow up.
How long were they upside down?
Half an hour.
Oh my God. No, that would suck.
So I'm going to try to follow up and just see like what some of the injuries were, if anything looks like it's long-term or whatever. But I mean, I could send somebody into a fucking stroke.
I mean, imagine the lawsuits. The lawsuits are going to be unbelievable. So it's going to cost them a lot of money.
So with the other part of amusement parks, have you ever been on a safari ever?
Well, like in Africa?
Yeah.
No, I have not. I've never been on a safari in Africa.
Have you ever been around a camel?
I have been around a camel at a zoo.
Was it contained?
The camel was contained.
Okay. Well,
as they should be.
Cedar Point, Northern Ohio.
Here we go.
Oh shit! That dude almost died. Holy shit! Jill said, "Back up, Terry." So there was one.
Camel doesn't want to hurt anyone.
So there's one. Well, then,
do camels want to hurt people when they're running loose?
I don't think they give a shit.
I mean, they're not like we had the rodeo video last week where the bull jumped over the fence, and then that bull was going ham trying to.
But they don't know. They don't know that they're going to hurt somebody. But where there's one camel, whether you knew this or not. God. How did they get out? Everyone's jumping in the pens over there.
We're looking at this video for the length of time that we are.
I love it.
Tells me that there are handlers, and look, it's a Cedar Point. They've got camels, they got wildlife. They have people that work with those animals every day that are their handlers. And the fact that there's no handlers out there trying to corral these beasts tells me that someone was asleep at the wheel.
Well, we don't know. We don't know how soon that video was taken. That fucking camel could have jumped its fucking.
It doesn't matter
somehow or another and fucking took off. And then
if
this
that
guy,
camel's out there, that video was a lot longer than 10 seconds.
Right.
If that camel is loose for 10 seconds, there ought to be someone who's got an eyeballs on that camel and say, "Get out there and get that camel." You can't let
So let me ask you this:
a wild animal like that running around where people are walking around. You just can't let it happen.
Well, I get that. Have you been on top of your game every single day at work? A plus game every day. Have you? Just yes or no?
No, this has nothing to do with me.
No, I'm just asking you a question.
No,
yes
this has nothing to do with
I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Because I can tell you right now, no. Easily.
Sorry, but when you're in charge of wild animals,
Answer the
you
question,
need to be
man.
vigilant. You need to. You can't
answer the question.
You can't be asleep at the switch like that. And, oh, look, the camel's running around. There were people walking around now. Well, I'm going to eat my sandwich first and then go out there and corral this son of a bitch. I got to take a leak, or I'm going to finish my Diet Pepsi. No, that's not going to happen.
You still didn't answer the question.
Okay, what's your question?
Have you been at the top of your game every day you've gone into work?
No one can be at the top of their game every day. You can't hit a home run every day.
All right, boom,
but still,
and you know what?
But my point is,
our buddy Rich said, "R.I.P. Harambe."
What's the length?
Example.
How long
that was
is
parents
that video?
not at the top.
What is that video like? 25 seconds long?
Probably. I think.
No, you cannot have the fact that these camels are out there bumping around, checking people out. No, if those camels get out in seconds, there should have been her handlers following them out there and doing what they could to get these camels back where they belong.
Has your dog ever gotten out and you didn't know about it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there you go.
But my dog and camels, wild animals.
Your dog's as big as a fucking
My
camel.
dog is not a wild animal.
Your dog's as big as a camel.
My dog, Cordy Court, is not a wild animal.
But somebody might think
he's a good boy.
Somebody might think that it's vicious.
He's a good boy.
I know he is. But I'm just saying.
They might think he's vicious. That dog wouldn't hurt a flea.
I understand that.
Don't you come after my dog, because we're gonna have.
This is how I know you're fucked.
We're gonna have words.
Oh, dude, we might fight live on YouTube. It's gonna be awesome.
Cordy Court's a good boy.
I'm just saying, you have lost track of your fucking dog.
My dog.
It's multiple times actually. So
if I thought for a minute that my dog was a menace to people walking the street, then there's no way I would ever let him out of the house.
Maybe those camels aren't menace.
Maybe they're not.
They're just big.
But a camel is a wild animal. A dog is not a wild animal.
Okay.
A dog. Are you familiar with the term domesticated animal?
Yeah.
A dog is a domesticated animal.
Pigs are domesticated.
Some dogs are mean.
And pigs are mean.
Some dogs are not fit to be around regular human beings. I think we can all agree to that.
I'm not bringing your dog. I'm actually bringing you into it, in the fact that you lost track of your dog. So these handlers lost track of their fucking camels, and it happens.
I know, but when
that's all I'm going.
The
now
situation,
you're going
it's apples and oranges. It's
okay.
not. I'm not in a commercial situation where I have people walking around all the time outside my house.
Oh, I actually did. Well, that's all right. We already talked about it.
All right.
I found another video, but it's all good.
Oh, then you want to roll this one, the great fuck around and find out.
You want to go here? Or you want to go with?
Well, it's got a little Steve Inman.
Okay.
It's got a little Steve Inman call on it, so it's good.
Okay, all right.
Play that one.
We can definitely
play the fuck around, find out. We love that.
Dude, this one was a fucking.
We got teachers. We got fuck around, find out. We got all that shit.
This guy reminds me.
And I just want to say this. I'm a little bent out of shape.
I feel like Rob's here right now.
Our friend Stephanie was supposed to join us on the podcast today, and she bailed.
She did bail.
I was at the swim club, and look, you might watch this show and say, "Yeah, you got a couple of guys sitting there talking shit," but we know some hot chicks, and Stephanie's a pretty hot chick. And so she says, and we were at the pool, and I told her I got to do the podcast. I thought you were going to be there. but you had to work on it, which is fine. And she says, "Oh, do you want to know what the hot topics were at the salon this week?" And I said, "Yeah, I do."
Maybe
Because I was talking about, I don't know what I'm going to talk about on the podcast today. And so I said, we're going to call you and you tell us what the hot topics were at the salon. And then we did a little pre-call before we started the show, and she bailed. So Stephanie Honnert, I'm calling you out.
We'll get her on though
for not being on the One More I'm Out of Here podcast.
I do kind of like the scoop at the salon.
That would have been fun. I think it would have been fun. A fun way to do a Father's Day.
We'll do it.
What are the girls at the salon talking about?
We will.
Because I mean, that is a realm.
Damn, Dan, let's go.
That is a realm that you and I do not
enter into. Yeah, I can't enter into that part. Although, I mean, I catch a little glimpse because she cuts my hair. I catch a little glimpse, but I'm only in there like fucking.
I'm
only in there 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
And when a dude walks in there, everybody they clam up.
They're pie holes. They clap shut.
Shut up, Dick and balls are in the building. Dick and balls are in the building. That's exactly how it works. So this Steve Inman guy,
oh my god,
completely. He reminds me of Bob Menery, which I've played you multiple Bob Menery videos.
Yeah, Inman's great,
but he's super good.
So Chaz thought it would be a good idea to mess with Kyle. Obviously, Chaz might be full of liquor courage, full of that malt liquor, and looks like he's about to give a bitch slap out of nowhere. And it looks like Kyle's about to step up with a two-piece, now three-piece combo. Bro has been waiting his whole life to pull off that combination that we normally see in video games. He probably pressed the triangle square button with a little bit of left and right, and booyah, the combination came out of nowhere. Instincts kicked in. Sure, Chaz is used to pulling people around, but not today. Not on Kyle's watch. He comes in with a trick-or-treat, smell my feet, his knees buckle like a newborn deer. We'll take a closer look. Booyah! Cranium snaps back like a human Pez dispenser as he lays there in a puddle of his own soy piss.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the part, the human Pez dispenser, but me and Jill started laughing our ass off with fucking trick-or-treat, smell my feet.
And then did he have his vape? Is that what that was?
It looked like a vape.
And he just like calmly puts it back in his pocket and he's like, yeah, this guy's going down.
Yeah, I'm going to fuck you up, bud.
Then he jacks him with a combination. Then he does the fucking kick.
It was
and those of you who know karate or jujitsu, there's a name for that kick. So, was that a roundhouse kick?
Yeah, that would be a roundhouse.
You call that a round, and it looked like the heel of his foot connected directly to his
exactly where it needed to. Executed perfectly.
That was
in my
beautiful.
opinion.
That was beautifully done. It really was.
Yeah, you sent me that one. That one I laughed my fucking ass off. I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely got to go on. All right, we'll go.
Fucking one more and I'm out of here, man. You can't get this shit just anywhere.
Nope, not
anywhere.
What I'm saying? We'll go back to the Trumpster. I do like this one because he has now turned straight thug. I had no idea, and I love it.
He was in Donald Trump was in Detroit today. And I did not know he was going there until, I don't know, at 4:00 this afternoon.
He didn't call you? Fuck. You're supposed to. I told him to call you.
But I was looking for sound bites. And here's the thing. When Joe Biden speaks in front of a black audience, he's always talking about, the people, these white boys are trying to screw you over, and you need people like me to help you get jobs and help you get money and all the rest. And Trump doesn't pander like that. He doesn't. And so I think the cut you're going to play here is the one where he was doing it. And look, I don't know what was going on. It looked like he was doing a roundtable situation. And so one of the pastors who was there, a faith leader, spoke to Donald Trump, and that's the cut that I have because I don't have a cut of Trump actually speaking, but this cut to me says a lot.
No, yeah, I think this puts the message across. Yeah. I mean, we don't necessarily need to hear what he said.
Yeah. But listen
because I mean, and let's be honest, and I'm not being a dick. He's campaigning. He's going to say whatever they want to hear. I mean, we can figure out what that is, But no, I thought this was fucking excellent because it's organic.
Yeah, I agree.
do this.
There we go.
We'll do this.
President Trump, I'm so humbled that you would be here. President Obama never came to the hood, so to speak, right? President Joe Biden, he went to the big NAACP dinner, but he never came to the hood. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor. Very humble, really nice. Thank you. My honor.
And it kept going. That's the part. That's the part that got me. Was the fact that it kept going. It wasn't just okay. Boom, 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 done. And there was another clip that I saw after you sent me that. I searched it real quick, and it was just a longer clip of applause, which he hasn't gotten in the past there. But I love the fact that I just like to call him a thug now. Because he's thug life. He's a convicted felon.
Well, but the thing about Trump is that before he ran for president,
going back to his peeps,
he was winning awards from Jesse Jackson. He was winning awards from Al Sharpton. He was winning all kinds of awards and going to events in New York City that celebrated the minority communities and black communities and all the rest of it. He was held up as a leader in those communities and a guy who had gone the extra mile time and time again to do what he could to help these communities out and people in these communities, individual. And there are, I mean, if you really research it, you can find story after story after story of where Trump ran into an individual who was down on their luck, who was having a hard time, that needed money for, an operation for a loved one or needed something. And he said, I'll take care of it.
Yep.
And I mean, with the money, and he was doing that kind of stuff on a regular basis, well before he decided to run for president. So he was celebrated in the black community in Manhattan, in New York, and all around the state, in New Jersey, other places. So this notion that he's some kind of racist, or that he doesn't like black people, or that he is, a Trojan horse for the KKK or something like that, is just complete and total nonsense. And I think it is great that he is going into, and we saw the rally that he had in New Jersey, that was in a low income neighborhood in a park a few weeks ago,
in the Bronx.
Yeah, and then he goes into not New Jersey, and then New York, and then the rally in New Jersey was huge.
Oh, that was astronomically huge. But then the support he got in the Bronx,
and now he goes to this event, and you've got a black pastor saying there, look, Obama never came here. Joe Biden went to the big corporate NAACP, but you came to the hood.
Yep,
you came to the hood. He didn't pay that guy to say that. He didn't, he didn't shell out money for that guy to say that. I mean, how, and you used the word that was so genuine, and that was so genuine what that pastor said there.
Organic.
Okay. Organic, genuine.
Same thing.
But you're 100% right about that. I got a drink.
Yep, sure am. Dan, I'm always
But
right.
you don't see that with any of these other candidates. You will never see video like that with any of these other candidates, and people should really look at that.
Deadleg said, "I can't be president. I lack the street cred of hookers, cocaine, and felony convictions." Let's do. We're gonna go. I got two more, and then we're gonna end with your last one that you gave me.
I know. Do we got to do an ad read here?
Oh yeah, we probably should.
Okay,
you got one ready?
Yeah,
we can play this video first.
Play the video, and I'll get this.
All right,
I'll get this ready to go.
This one I found. This may piss some people off. I don't know. I found this amusing as shit, and you're just gonna have to deal with it or tune out. I don't know what to tell you.
Deal with it.
I think it's.
I am a fertilizing person, and I oppose this bill. The very idea that such a bill would be proposed is an act of violence on birthing and fertilizing persons alike. It is a threat to our way of life. It is a threat to my way of life. I want to start by telling you of my lived experience. In the last 2 years, I've personally seen how this issue is a birthing person's issue. 7 of my partners over the last 2 years became pregnant. 7. And you know what? Babies are the woman's issue, and they took care of their issues appropriately. How, you might ask? For abortion. Had I not had this option, I would be a parent to at least 7 different children with 7 different birthing mothers.
The dude on the right's face.
This is unacceptable. It would ruin me financially and completely destroy my self-indulgent way of life. If abortion becomes illegal, I will be unable to continue exercising my freedoms without consequence and actually be held accountable for my actions. I am fortunate to have had a Darwinian education. It is immoral to painfully prolong the survival of the weak when we could remove them from the equation to accelerate our evolutionary progress. I am a proud supporter of Planned Parenthood's legacy.
I saw it, but just the way he was talking, I want to go out.
That is so good. That is so classic.
I want to go out and bang chicks and not have to be responsible.
And the thing is, the people, the woke and liberal,
it totally was a joke, JH.
Libtards who are listening to that have no idea how to respond to that whatsoever, because it sounds like he's saying all the things that they want to agree with.
And the header was how he was mocking.
Oh,
he was mocking the leftists.
He just absolutely crushed them. And go back. I'll tell you, the first time I heard that, I didn't pick up on everything he was saying. And then, like this is like the third time I've heard it.
Yeah, he came in hot. You didn't have a whole lot of time.
And he is crushing. He is crushing the left.
To be able to sit there and read that though, and watching the guy's face, that's what I liked it, because
the guy's face, he was picking up, but he was a lot sharper than I am, because he was picking up on that. He's like, oh my God, this guy's killing him.
He knows this guy's fucking mafia.
Yeah. But I mean, was that like some city town, some town council somewhere? Or
I believe so.
Okay.
It was an Instagram post that I saw, and I was like, and I watched it, and I was like, and again, the biggest part for me was watching that dude's face, like, what the fuck are we listening to right now?
Yeah,
but
he did it in a language and the temper that they use.
He's not like Prime 99.
Yeah. And he just shoved it right in their face. It was beautiful. You know what else is beautiful? If you want to have a party this summer and the summertime starts, it felt like summertime out today, although like official summer doesn't start till like 6 or 7 days from now.
Well, for us, this whole next week is going to feel like Satan's taint.
I know.
Fucking Satan's taint. It's not going to be out of
it's going to
like
be
94 degrees.
Yeah, we're going to 90s tomorrow. But if you want to have a party this summer, then you got to check out Ohio Valley Productions. And OVP, as we like to call it, Ohio Valley Productions, is your one-stop shop if you have a corporate function, if you have a fundraiser, a festival, a backyard barbecue, top talent, live acts, DJs, karaoke, trivia, and more. I love the karaoke and trivia. Those are my favorite. And it is quality entertainment with a team that has been in the business. There's no one that has more experience than Ohio Valley Productions does. So if you have a vision for a great time, you want to make it happen with Ohio Valley Productions, and really one call or an email is all you need to do. You can check them out at ohiovalleyproductions.com. And that is our buddy Dan Varner at ohiovalleyproductions.com. And they've been a great sponsor of the One Morning Out of Here podcast from the very beginning.
Absolutely.
And we always love to thank Dan Varner for everything that he does for us. And again, that's ohiovalleyproductions.com. And you too will rock on this summer.
So we got 2 more videos to close it out. One is, again, this one I found very amusing too, where the left side wants to bitch about shit but not know exactly what they're bitching about. And I found it hilarious. Geez, stupid idiots.
Oh, I love this.
We're tired of straight white men having the power and everything, and it's like we don't have the same privileges that are offered to straight white men.
Talk to me about what some of those privileges are that, straight white men have that you don't have. Talk to me about that.
I think I don't really know. Have you ever experienced like a specific instance?
No, but I also need to go.
I know, I do need to go. I'm sorry.
Talk to me about some of the privileges that white men are awarded that you guys are not awarded.
Definitely, like, I guess just getting away with situations. Like, definitely. If I were to, I don't know, I guess. Here you go.
We're tired.
Idiots. I'm all about having an argument. If you have shit to support it, go fuck yourself. That's all. We don't even have to. We
my
don't even have
God.
to talk about that one.
That's what I love about the left so
Has
much.
nothing to do about straight white men. It could be gay black men, whatever. If you don't have shit to fucking back it up, go fuck yourself.
So here we are, Jason. You and I luxuriating in our white privilege.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like,
yeah.
you know, I know, like, yeah, I'm sick and tired of it. But like, and these girls. I mean, look, there's people.
We got to wrap it up. Hurry up.
I know there's people I know that use this crutch of like all the time, and I call them out for it because you don't do yourselves any favors when you say, "Oh, it's like this," and like. Maybe I do it too, but I mean, I don't know. Stop it.
Most of the time, you bring substance with it.
Just stop it.
There's no substance there.
Like. Stop it, please.
Like, shut the fuck up.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
It's like,
I'm kidding.
Like the end of the show is near, and now we have a very, what I think is one of the funniest videos I've seen this week. And
that was a good one.
It's one of those videos where people edit a couple of things together, but I think I saw it yesterday. And I said, we got.
You're going to make us late. You realize this.
I know. We got to close out the show. And we're going to men's night. We're playing poker. So stick around. When's our next podcast? Because I know the last time we did this, I had a pocket full of money. And hopefully it'll happen again because I'm going to win at poker tonight.
Tuesday the 18th.
Tuesday. So stick around for Tuesday. We'll let you know how it goes with poker tonight. But we're going to close out with this very funny video of our commander-in-chief. Here we go.
Actually, I don't want to do that.
There we go.
She knows so long as she was denied, our freedom can never be secured. She knows so long as she was denied.